Hi, I'm Andy with Ninox Corporation. In this class, we're going to learn how to run financials. In addition, we're going to look at the different security settings and setup requirements that authorize specific users to run those very important and very sensitive reports: the balance sheet, the income statement, and the statement of cash flows. Now, running reports is actually very simple once you've been set up properly. With the proper authorization, we go under the Reports menu, into Accounting, select Company and Financial, and under the Report menu, we have those very important reports: the General Ledger, the Statement of Profit and Loss or the Income Statement, our current or monthly periodic balance sheets, and the Chart of Accounts and Ownership Equity Detail. However, to run these reports, there's a few things we need to remember. Let's first start with the Chart of Accounts. And I'm going to go ahead and look at that now. The appearance of our financial statements is completely driven by the configuration of our Chart of Accounts. If we want headings and subheadings, subtotals, and as we see here, grand totals, if we want negative numbers or contra accounts to appear as a negative number with a negative sign in the account balance column. And this is not only true for the trial balance, but this is true for our financial statements as well. All of these visual controls are affected by the way we've set up our Chart of Accounts. Here's account 1198, here's account 1210. If we want a space and a new header, then immediately after 1198, we will have set up the blank line and given it the number 1199. Keeping in mind the rows of our statements always run ascending order according to account number. So here we have the subtotal for the cash and cash equivalent section, the blank line 1199. Then we have the subheader, account 1200, and then finally we get into 1210 through 1290, which are the transactional accounts here in the accounts receivable section. The subtotal for our section is account 1298, and we see that here. Set up as a row type total. It's a summary account that rolls up to total assets, and here's all the transactional detail. So by setting the account numbers correctly, everything appears as it should. Blank lines before and after each section, section headers at the top of each section, section subtotals at the bottom of each section, and then our statement totals: total assets, total liabilities and owner's equity on the balance sheet, total income, total expenses, and net profit and loss here on our P&L or our income statement. So remember and refer back to the training class about the Chart of Accounts. If you're using the Ninox ERP system, then configuring the Chart of Accounts is simply a function of, is it detail transactional, total, or grand total? Or is it a formatting account, a header, a subheader or section header, or a blank line? If you're building your own Chart of Accounts from scratch, remember to give yourself the capability to have all of these different types of accounts, because they're all going to be necessary when you want to get to a PDF of your financial statements, whether you're viewing it online or printing it out or just saving it as a static PDF document. Now let's get back to the security issues around producing financial statements. I am currently logged into my system as a system administrator. This gives me the ability to go in and look at the user profile. In order for someone to be able to run financial statements, all of the following must be true. They must have access to the accounting module. They must be able to print or run statements and ledgers. Doesn't matter if they have any other functions or any other capabilities in the entire system. They must be able to get into the accounting module and at the very least produce statements and ledgers once they get there. In addition, their profile must be active. MFA, multi-factor authentication, must be turned on, and at the very least, they must be a manager. If you are a system admin outranks manager, so that's fine. But at the very least, they must be a manager. So remember, to produce financials, their security profile is active. Multi-factor authentication is turned on. At the very least, they're a manager or they're an admin. They have access to the accounting module, and with that access, they can run financials. When all of these statements and all of these selections are in place, then we simply go to Reports, into the Accounting section, Company and Financial Reports, choose our financial statements. In this case, maybe we're going to run a P&L, and click Go, and that's all there is to it. You'll see your financial statements on screen. You can export them as an Excel spreadsheet or a PDF. You can save them to the document management module. You can automatically email them to individuals or groups of individuals, both inside and outside your company. In our next training class, we're going to look at how to produce customer sales orders and order invoices. See you there. Bye-bye.